the issues that will happen. The first one being that I can't find a spot out here in my woodsy little area to set the camera down. But there's the pond, looking lovely. And this was the melon patch in the summer. It is not anymore. And we had a wild pig for a bit, and she took out like most of my corn, and the rain took out some of it too. But we just had a little snap of cold, a couple nights. So I tried to build some stuff to save some of the plants. So like that's got a lid out of the extra piece of sheet. So I want to take these off, but I don't have anywhere to set the camera. So you're going to have to be super close up while I do it with my other hand. And we're going to see, I covered the top. Then it was really windy too. I think they blew the cold in. So I had to put things to weigh it down. And then I filled up each of these holes with some straw too. And there was straw inside as well. So let's see. That one already looked kind of shady. That's funny that I started with the worst looking plant, but maybe that's on purpose. So anyways, it does look a little frost damaged. I don't know. That might make it. We shall see. We probably have about a month before we'll get back down into the 30s again. So let's see. This one was not the greatest looking plant to begin with either. And I see my little hole things came out. There's my son, Javon. Not sure what he's doing. Oh, this one I used leaves. See, use what you got. That's what I always say. Use what you got. All right. So I don't know if the wheat leaves worked as good as the hay. That one actually looks a bit worse than it did, but still not completely brown and dead and frozen. So maybe if I come give these guys some bunny poop and baby them a little bit. All right, next one. Sorry, trying to make sure I'm not stepping on anything behind me either. Well, that did not go well. Oh, and we have a little worm on that one. It looks like I missed the plant with the hay there. So that one did not make it. Ha ha. Never say I didn't provide you variety. All right. Another tomato here. Hold on, that's a heavy rock. Okay. Let's see how we did here. Not great. Probably not going to make it. Looking pretty brown there, and that was with hay. Now these are the taller ones. Those first two might have done better because they were so short. Here's the yarrow, some of it. It handled it like a champ. No problems here. Now this one's a pepper. I didn't have any more rocks, so I weighted it down with or blocked it in with a tomato cage. This was already a sickly looking pepper. Oh! Not terrible. It might make it. It's got some tiny little, that one probably won't make it. That yellow one. I might just go ahead and pluck that off right now. But there's another smaller one right there. Maybe that'll do something. All right. So now we have a zucchini under here. Huh? Not bad. Now this one kept getting abused by the pig, the escaped pig. So I was kind of trying to baby it and get it to grow. So maybe again, a little bit of fertilizer, some TLC. Maybe we have time to get a zucchini or two before we freeze again. All right, now I think I do have to find a way to set you down to do those. So let's see if we do a flip. Hi. Let's see if that. Oh yeah, no. You ready for the unveil? The sheets did not work. Oh. All right, I don't know if you can see that. Let's come see if you can see that. No, that's pretty dark. So, unsuccessful. Everybody says, just keep the frost off of them. Sheets will work fine. Throw the sheets over. I didn't even show you guys the kiddie pool garden, the okra in there that I covered with sheets. It was just decimated by the colds. We're going to guess that this one didn't work either. Just take a peek from the top. You guys can't see that. It's too dark. Let's see if I can get it untied with you there. So that did not work either. There. Sorry, sad. So now we know all the stuff with the sheets wrapped around it probably did not work. So let's come over here. The zinnias just kind of frozen time there. They were pretty hot pink 2 days ago. And the onions did pretty good. Those are all nesting onions. Now I didn't have much cover left, so I really just did some shady wraparound with this here and did not expect it to do anything. And after the first night, I knew that the squash and stuff didn't make it, but I just want to pull this back so you can see the turnips that are doing pretty nicely. They made it through. And then mint did pretty good in pots. There's some more yarrow. And let's go down this row. You can see the greens. Of course, those are colored, so they did fine. I found mustards did not do well last year. More yarrow. Bok choy did okay. Now the pig unplanted that twice, so it's still very small. Looks like the chard didn't do bad. That one looks nice. It did have the wind blockage of that net. There's that mint from the other side. And I made a big mistake with the lavender. Oh! I made a big mistake with the lavender. It was supposed to be frost hardy, but yeah, that all died. I didn't even cover it because I thought it was going to be like the yarrow and it was going to be all right. All right, so this one's even shadier. I just threw something together with some cardboard from my pathway. You can see the empty pathway here where I ripped up the cardboard and just wrapped it around this one. So I am not expecting this one to do well either. Not looking good. Yeah, no. There's 2 tomato plants in there. Those are both done. Dunskies. Looks like I'm pretty much, other than greens and a bok choy and some turnips, gardening season is pretty much over. All right, so there are 3 more greens. This one I ran out of pots, so this is a tomato just covered in hay. Sorry for the shady. Oh yeah, no, that didn't really work. Maybe. That's not brown. Maybe if I water that. Although that stem does not look promising. So probably a no. And it's Asian beetle season here too, so. And that's another no. That one I didn't even cover because it didn't look like it was going to do anything anyways. And then these little patches here are garlic, which should be fine, looks fine. We did it last year. It should be fine. It makes it through the winter. So yeah, those guys done. That one was done. That one was such a pretty plant too. I fertilized everybody like a week ago with bunny poop, and it was all recovering so nice. It looked so good. And then the fake cold snap. So that's what we got, guys. Thanks for joining me for my very first live. You can see how overgrown a lot of this weed, quote unquote weed, is. But we've harvested and foraged a lot of really good medicinal stuff this year too. And I cut down all the basil in case you don't follow us regularly and you're just watching the live. Have a great day.